Happy New Year's, unless you're Chinese. People from China are always wrong, even when it comes to the New Year. I was thinking, like, isn't this like the only holiday that's not about dead people or Jesus? Because every other holiday is like dead people, Jesus, Jesus, dead people. Unless you're American and you have this Thanksgiving thing. Is that about dead people? Probably not. No one died. So there must be more. I might be wrong on this. Huh? I need to say the things which are said when there is the new year. Let me think. 2017 went really fast. Whoa, it's almost like yesterday. It was 2016. May 2018 be better than 2017. I really hate this wish. Because every year you're getting older, every year you're getting closer to arthritis. And if you're hearing this every year, then it means that when you finally get arthritis, it's better than the year before. I guess you do get something, eh? No, but in all honesty, I wanna say something that's actually not typically said. I really hate like these typical things. It's like, I remember back in the day, my grandfather actually had like this notebook, right? It wasn't like a smartphone. You actually opened it, and you had this thing called a pen. It didn't function with batteries or plugging in. No, and he had like the numbers of all the people that he knew. And he would like pick up the phone, and it was like with the dial, you would spin it around, and he would start calling everyone on the list, and it's like, yeah, the Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, blah blah blah. And then he would cut him and go to the next person, and he would call, and it's like the line is busy, and he will move to the next. And then when he would go all the way down, he would resume getting the numbers back up. It's like, Jesus Christ, that was so hard, right? And nowadays, people have smartphones, and they're like, right, and it's like copy paste some shit from Google. That's already like, yeah, may the New Year's catch you in a very good health, blah 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 blah, and it's like sent to all. I did my job. It's like I remember like when the biggest arguments in the house was like forgetting the anniversary or forgetting birthdays, and now you have Facebook. It's like, honestly, the biggest cons out there are the people who hide their anniversary on Facebook so you don't know that they're date. Horrible people. They're Untermensch. Honestly, they're like, purge. I don't get it. Put your date, your birth date, so I can see when I should say happy birthday. Jesus Christ, do you think I'm some sort of like genius that remembers these numbers? No. What are the numbers, Mason? I don't know. But anyway, right, so the poor comedy act. I'm really bad with this. Wishing people things on specific occasions where things need to be wished. I usually wish people things when they're spontaneous. Like, I have an exam tomorrow. Oh, good luck. But it's like, it's New Year's. You need to wish something. It's their Christmas. You need to wish something. At least it's not a funeral. Those are the worst. It's like it's a funeral. You need to say something. So yeah, I want to thank you all for watching my channel. And I want to thank you all for your support. Honestly, this channel has literally turned my life around. I'm also very proud of this channel because I created it. And couldn't have done it without you guys. So I'm even more. I don't know if it's okay to say, but I am legitimately more proud of this than the fact that I finished med school. It's like it's my project, So I am very happy with the way this channel went, and I remember when I started, I had like, I don't know, 100 subscribers or so, because I still had some because I uploaded some Street Fighter videos 4 years before I started this. So it wasn't like I started from scratch, but it was during Gamergate, and I was living in a one-room apartment. It was like very small room, even smaller than this one. And the walls were really thin, like the neighbors could hear you talk. and I was really outraged about the things I was seeing during Gamergate. I was really upset about the lies that were flung upon gamers and stuff like that. So I just felt that I need to start saying something about it. And I didn't even know how to record videos back then. Didn't have a webcam, was too expensive. Um, there was like this program that allowed you to print screen the monitor, and you couldn't like even move the text. And like if you look at my first videos, that's pretty much the quality of them. There was no way to end the recording or to stop a recording. And what I would do, I didn't even have a microphone back then. Again, I was like dirt poor. And I would record myself on my phone, and the quality was so bad you could only hear it from a single speaker. And then I would like upload from my phone to the computer the audio, and then I would add the print screen image, and that was it. And I remember that the neighbors could hear me, and they were thinking that I'm crazy, that I went insane because I'm talking alone, because the walls were so thin. So yeah, it was like a really bad period of my life. It's because the med school was really expensive. Um, my dad lost his job, so I was having to find another job. And when I started YouTube, I didn't start it as a profession. I just started it for fun. And as I saw that I'm making, I believe it was like $80 per month, I was like, oh, I will stick with this because it's a lot easier to make YouTube videos than find another part-time job and also get good grades at the university. So I stood with this, and I'm really happy how things have gone. I've improved since then, not a lot, but at least a little bit. And the plan for the new year is to get even better. I want to perfect my editing. I want to make even better edited videos. Maybe get a better microphone. I'm happy with the camera that I got. Um, and I guess now I want to go full-time YouTuber because not only do I enjoy it, and it's incredibly fun to do, and it's incredibly nice to know I entertain so many people, but also being a medic in Romania doesn't pay very well. In fact, they're talking about lowering the wage even more. At which point, maybe I will send them a message if I choose not to work anymore. I don't want to be their slave. It was like something a little bit above $200. It was in the newspaper. It's like this is how much a doctor is going to make. Plus the 31-hour watch, which I spoke about on my channel, 31, 32 hours, depending on what's needed. Like you go to work at 6 a.m. and then you're on call and you stay until the next day at 4 p.m. when your shift ends. It's just like, no, for $210, no, I'm sorry. It's not about the money. It's also about, like, at this point, it's just blatant slavery. Like, the food alone is expensive. Like, I think the groceries, like the shopping, would be a third of the wage at that point. It's just like, and I'm not even counting the bills, the electricity, the water. There's like no way you can live alone as a doctor in Romania. You still need to have your parents paying you shit. An alternative would actually be to leave my country. I don't know if I want to do that just yet. I still hope that things will change, honestly. Um, but right now it's really grim. The economy is really bad. People are fleeing the country. They're leaving the white Romanian ethno state for the multicultural Germany and France. And it's not just doctors, by the way. It's everyone. Like I don't know a single person in Romania that doesn't have a friend who left. Honestly, like and I see on the news they go to like rural villages, and it's completely filled with old people. There's like literally not a single young person left, and they're really grim. You know, the situation is really grim. So maybe next year I will talk a little bit more about Romania. Maybe I'll put this in my New Year's resolution because I think I need to raise awareness. It really annoys me when multicultural countries keep priding themselves. Oh yeah, we're taking immigrants. We're being kind to people. Oh yes, taking immigrants is kind. Well, maybe I should show some pictures of the countries where you took the immigrants from, and ask the question: who is going to pay for my retirement fund? Huh? If all the young people are left, when I'm getting old, who's going to pay for my pension? And I am entitled to it, right? I am entitled to my retirement fund because I pay 50% of what I make to the state. So, yeah. But anyway, I didn't want this video to go this dark. It's dark for me. It's probably light for others because you don't live in Romania. But, yeah, so again, I really thank you guys. If you have any comments on how would you like me to improve my channel, let me know. Right now, I did get into a lot of drama recently with Coach Red Pill, with Millennial Wars, with all of this. And I don't know. I mean, I literally am going to ask you guys, do you want me to do drama more or do you want me to actually present the news? Because obviously the audience is split here. You know, some people will want me to just talk about the news and have a more serious channel. Other people might want the drama. Maybe I can mix both. I don't know, but I don't want to get caught up in too much drama. I don't want to become the Keemstar of the skeptic community. Huh? Is this the label that I need to use? By the way, I consider myself a classical liberal. If anyone asks, people should read Locke. Honestly, it's like when you play a video game, right? Or when you sit at the computer, there's a lot of audiobooks that you can listen to. And I would advise my subscribers, right? This is my advice for what you need to do in the New Year's. Listen to a lot of audiobooks, and not just the ones you agree with. Listen to Karl Marx, for instance. The Conquest of Bread. And by the way, like people say, well, if you listen to these, you become a. I think that since I listened to them, I've become more against communism than before, because you understand how stupid the ideas are. And then when you talk with an actual person who believes them, you know how to challenge him on those issues. You know, like learning how to think is a lot better than learning what to think. You know, which is why you need to read things that you disagree with. Read, for instance, Mein Kampf. Read Alinsky's Rules for Radicals. Read Nietzsche. Read all these things. They don't hurt you. And you don't even have to read them. That's the beauty of it. You can just put an audiobook on the background and you get to listen to them. Another great book that I would recommend if you like horrible things, if you're a fan of horror, The Harvest of Sorrow. It talks about the crimes that the USSR committed. Really interesting. I found it just mortifying. And you also need to understand, you know, the context the book is written, right? So if you're reading communist propaganda, for instance, it will say that the USSR was the best shit ever. If you read Nazi propaganda, it will say Nazi Germany was the best shit ever. So you need to like understand the context of where the book is written and get all the information, right? Because I do see like communists pointing out, oh, this USSR book is like, oh, look how great it was under communism. It's like, no, okay. So yeah, this would be my advice for you guys. If you like politics, if you like philosophy, you should really start listening to audiobooks. It's a lot more difficult for people to push their ideology on you if you have a firm understanding of the world. If you know what people believe in, if you understand history, it's like it makes you a better person for it. Do your research, basically. Also, right, when you read the media, I would read media from all the sources. I'm the person who watches the Young Turks, reads the Daily Stormer, reads Breitbart, and reads the Guardian. I understand people don't have time to do all that, but you really should. You should have like a left-leaning website and a right-leaning website. And read both, because usually the lies are by omission, and usually you don't get all of the story. So when you read a news article, make sure that you I can't say fact check it because you like fact checking lies by omission is difficult. But if they quote a name or they give the name of a person or an institution or something like that, it means that it's usually accurate because they don't do that since they can get sued. So they try avoid quoting people, right? That's how you can know that an article is legit most of the time. If they don't give quotes and they're really vague about what they're talking about, it's usually horseshit. So that's like a good tip on how to tell a good article from a fake article. And usually when you read something that is too good to be true, it gives you like all the confirmation bias you want. Google the title, see if other news medias is talking about it, because that is also usually probably fake news, if you will. Look at the source, see if it's from a respectable website or at least something you've heard about it before. If not, then Google the title, see if it. Unless this is the research that I do. It's not a lot, I know, but I don't have a team of experts behind me. And sometimes I get it wrong. When I get it wrong, I do take down the video. I think I need to find a way when I take down a video to apologize or to explain why I took it down, because a lot of time I just take it down and I don't upload anything in its return, right? So this is my plans for the New Year's and my advice to you guys. Again, let me know if I can improve with anything. I'm just going to start ranting now because I got emotional realizing that you guys have been with me for so many years. Special thanks to my Patreons, of course. You guys did help me through a lot. You helped me get through the apocalypse. You helped me get through some really nasty times in my life. I usually don't talk about when I have something bad going on camera, but I did have a few hardships, and the money that you gave me helped. So with that said, Happy New Year's, everyone, and I hope you're going to have a great New Year's.